Good morning, friends. Today we'll understand the concept of the heat transfer and the various modes of the heat transfer. So, that is the conduction, convection, and radiation. So, before getting starting of that modes of heat transfer, we should know what is the heat. Heat is nothing but the energy in a transit. That is called as a heat. So generally, naturally, the heat will flow from the things of which are at the high temperature medium to the low temperature medium. So in this lesson, we will see the how heat will behaves. What are the different modes of that heat transfer? These are like conduction, convection, and radiation. We'll see the concept of these modes. Now, what is the heat transfer? Heat always moves from a warmer place to a cooler place, and hot objects in a cooler room will cool to the room temperature, while the cold object in a warmer room will heat up to the room temperature. So, heat will be transferred from the high temperature medium to the low temperature medium. So, hot objects will be cooled to the room temperature and cold objects will be warm and will heat up to the room temperature. Now I will ask you one question. If a cup of coffee and an ice lolly were kept on the table in this room, what would happen to them and why? So answer will be the cup of coffee will cool until it reaches the room temperature. The cup of coffee will cool until it reaches the room temperature, and the ice lolly will melt and then the liquid will cool to the room temperature. They will attain the room temperature. Now we will see the heat transfer methods or modes. So there are three modes of the heat transfer. One is a conduction, second is a convection, and third is a radiation. Now what is the conduction? Now here you can see it is a strip of metal. Now when that metal is heated at one end, what do you observe? If it is hitting that strip at one end, what do you observe? As you heat the metal, the particle vibrates. And this vibration makes this adjacent particle to vibrate. As you heat the metal, the particle will start to vibrate, and this vibration make the adjacent particle to vibrate, and so on and so on. And the vibration are passed along the metal, and so it is this heat. We call this as conduction. We call this as conduction. This is the conduction. So the heat will be transferred due to the vibration of the particles, and that the vibration makes the adjacent particle to vibrate, and so on and so on. So the vibration are passed along the metal, and so is the heat. So this method of transferring heat is called as conduction. Now here you can see the outer electron for metal or atoms drift, and they are free to move. When the metal is heated, this sea of electrons gain what? Kinetic energy. When the metal is heated, the sea of electrons get kinetic energy and transfer it throughout the metal. Insulators such as wood and plastic do not have the sea of electrons. So insulators, so they will not transfer that heat. So insulators such as wood and plastic do not have the sea of electrons, which is why they do not conduct heat as well as metals. That is the reason. They don't have the sea of electrons. That's why they do not conduct heat as well as the metals. Now here you can see that we've taken one example. Why does the metal feel colder than wood? If you keep one metal piece on one hand and another wooden block on the other hand, so what you observe that because the metal piece kept on your hand, that will you feel that is a cold than the wood. Why it is so? Because metal is a conductor. and wood is an insulator. Because metal is a conductor and wood is an insulator, the metal conducts the heat away from your hand. It will take out the heat from your hand, and the wood does not conduct the heat away from your hand as well as the metal. So the wood feels warmer than the metal. Metal will take out the heat from your hand, and that will not done by the wooden piece. That's why you will feel the metal piece colder than the wooden. Now, what will happen to this particle in a liquid or gas when you heat up? The particles, when that gas or a liquid particle, what will happen? The particle will get spread out, and as the particle will get spread out, its density will get decreased. Density of that particles will get decreased, and it becomes that less dense fluid. Now this effect of fluid movement. And what is a fluid? It is a liquid or a gas. So cooler, more dense fluid sink through a warmer, less dense fluid, and in effect of warmer liquid and gases rise up, and the cooler liquid and gases sinks. Now here you can see we have taken one pot, okay, and the water is kept in that pot, and we are heating that pot or a container. We are heating that container. So what will happen? The water, cooler water sinks, okay, and it cools at the surface. The convection current and hot water rises. Why hot water rises? Because when the water in that container get heated, the particle density of that water will become less, and that hot water will be move in a upward direction because of that density difference is there. And this thing is called as what? Convection. This thing is called as convection. So directly the heat is not transferred directly, but it will transfer due to the convection currents. Now here is the example of a refrigerator. Where is the freezer compartment put in a fridge? So it is on a top. Why it is so? It is put at top because the cool air sinks. So it moves in a downward direction, and so it cools the food on the way down. The cool air sinks. So it will cool the food on the way down. Now it is the warmer. Why it is warmer at the bottom? So this warmer air rises, and our convection current is set up. So warmer air rises and the cooler air sinks. So that will set up the convection current. For that reason, the freezer compartment is at the top of the refrigerator. Now third mode of the heat transfer is that radiation. So how does the heat energy get from sun to the earth? As is nothing but due to the radiation. There are no particles. There are no particles between the sun and the earth. So it cannot be traveled by conduction or convection. There are no particles. Mind you, there are no particles between the sun and the earth. So it cannot be traveled by conduction or convection. It will transfer by the radiation only. Now what is the radiation? Radiation travels. Now I will ask you the questions. Whether radiation travels in a straight line, it's true or false? It is true. Radiation always travels in a straight lines. Now second question, whether radiation can travel through a vacuum? Yes, radiation, it is true. Radiation can travel through a vacuum. Now third question, whether radiation requires particles to travel? It is a false. Radiation doesn't require particles to travel. So there is no, if you take an example of a sun, and when that radiation will come to that sun, come to the earth, so it doesn't have any particles, so the heat will be transferred through radiation. So radiation doesn't require particles to travel. Next is radiation travels. Whether radiation travels at the speed of light, it is true. So radiation travels at the speed of light. Now these are the emission experiment. 4 containers are filled with the warm water. Which container would have the warmest water after 10 minutes? Whether it is shiny metal, a dull metal, dull black, or a shiny black. So the shiny metal container would be the warmest after the 10 minutes because its shiny surface reflects heat radiation back. Because the shiny surface reflects heat radiation back into the container, so less is the loss. The dull black container would be the coldest because it is the best at emitting heat radiation. Now the next is the absorption experiment. 4 containers were placed in equidistance from a heater. Which container would have the warmest water after 10 minutes? Whether it will be shiny metal, dull black, or a shiny black? The dull black container will be would be the warmest after 10 minutes because its surface absorbs the heat radiation the best. And which container will be the coldest? The shiny metal. The shiny metal container would be the coolest because it is the poorest at absorbing the heat radiation. Now convection questions. Why does hot air rise and cold air sink? The cool air, because the cool air more dense than the warm air, so the cool air falls through the warm air. Why are the boilers placed beneath hot water tanks in people's home? Because the hot water rises, so when the boiler heats the water and the hot water rises, the water tank is filled with hot water. Why are the houses painted white in hot countries? Because white reflects the heat radiation and keeps the house cooler. Why are the shiny foil blankets wrapped around the marathon runners at the end of the race? Because the shiny metal reflects the heat radiation from the runner back in. This stops the runner getting cold. Now, which of the following is not a method of heat transfer? Which of the following is not a method of heat transfer? It will be a insulation. Now, in which of the following are the particles closest together? It is solid. In the solid, the particles are closest together. Now, how does heat energy reach to the earth from the sun? Whether it will be a conduction, convection, radiation, it will be a radiation. Now, which is the best surface for reflecting heat radiation? The shiny white is the best surface for reflecting the heat radiation. Which is the best surface for absorbing the heat radiation? The dull black is the best surface for absorbing heat radiation. Now these are some of the thermal conductivity of the materials. So heat flow within an object is due to the transfer of conduction. So thermal conductivity is nothing but it's a measure the ability for heat to move in a material. So its unit is watt per meter Kelvin. So high number of means high rate of transfer. Here you can see the aluminum, the copper 400 watt per meter Kelvin. So it's a high thermal conductivity, while air is 0.026 watt per meter Kelvin. So these are the thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity is nothing but it measures the ability for heat to move in a material. Okay. Thank you very much for your patient listening.